It's time for an Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast, and this time we're talking with John Cox, who is running for Grinnell City Council. He has quite a few issues that he's concerned about, and we talked to him about why he wants to be on the Grinnell City Council. Had a great conversation with him. Don't forget to not only to check out the podcast, but also the video shortcasts that we have on outandaboutwithjamiegrout.com. And it's also available on our YouTube channel. And of course, the podcast not only available on outandaboutwithjamiegrout.com, but also on Spotify. It's available on iHeart and Apple Podcasts, too. I want to thank Grinnell State Bank, re-upping with us for another year as sponsor. The Jones family and the rest of the crew there at Grinnell State Bank celebrating 100 years of service to Grinnell. And, of course, they branched out to various different branches, too. And on Facebook, they have said that they are pleased to announce the promotion of Jeremy Proven to Senior Vice President and Market President. In his new role, Jeremy will oversee market operations, business development, and community engagement in Marengo and the surrounding communities. Jeremy officially assumed his new position in August of 2025, following the retirement of former Market President Kim Nelson, and will continue to uphold Kim's and Grinnell State Bank's strong relationships with customers and local businesses. Jeremy has more than 25 years of banking experience and has been with Grinnell State Bank since 2013, previously serving as Vice President and Loan Officer. Now, this guy is going to continue his role as a loan officer in addition to his new leadership responsibilities. So congratulations to Jeremy Proven. And of course, we're getting close to ghoulish spooky season. Well, we're actually in spooky season right now, and B. Nicole Salon in downtown Grinnell is into it. It's getting glam and a little deadly. At B. Nicole Salon, bring the kids and treat yourself to get a polish pedicure for just $50. Even Tiffany knows that killer heels deserve killer toes. Family-friendly funland and spooky season self-care all in one at B. Nicole Salon in downtown Grinnell. Love hurts, darling, but pedicures shouldn't. $50. Get yourself one of those polished pedicures at B. Nicole Salon in downtown Grinnell. Time for an Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast, and with me now is a guy running for Grinnell City Council in Ward 1, John Cox. John, tell us a bit about yourself.
Thanks, Jamie. Running for Ward 1 because it was up for election, and I didn't know that it was even being reran until I threw my name in the hat and started going to more of the city council meetings and met Lee, who is the incumbent, but he was assigned in there in about September. So not saying he's green behind the gills at all. He's been in there, and I think he's done a fine job, but we were wanting to, obviously run for city council and see what we can improve for the city as well.
Well, we had a nice conversation before we got started because you're a professional DJ, and I had done that, some of that too. And I've been, of course, in the radio business for a long time, and you've also been in the radio business. What made you decide you wanted to do that? Just because you just want to throw your hat in the ring because this other guy was running unopposed, or are there specific issues that you're real concerned about, John?
When I decided to run, it was really because of the school. They're building the new school down Penrose and off of 10th. Well, 10th is going to need a lot of work. 10th is, in my opinion, going to need a lot of sidewalks, a lot of illumination across there, because you're now going to have kids from kindergarten to 4th grade walking. I mean, as much as the parents are going to drop them off, 10th is still going to be a vein, and Penrose. So I'm wanting to get in there to kind of help with the safety part of that. I think a lot of our streets in town need more illumination anyway from a safety standpoint, and getting crosswalks, especially on 10th in my ward where the college students are crossing to go to the Bear. There isn't a crosswalk there. So, I mean, legally they're jaywalking every time they cross a street, and that's something I think needs to be addressed. And to hopefully get some more stop or slower traffic down 10th. Once you get off of Broad, it's a drag strip all the way to Penrose. And, the police force they're looking at it. I mean, we have a few people sit outside on our block and they watch right there on 10th and Broad, and they're probably there for 5 minutes before they pick somebody else up that's either ran the stop sign or. So looking at getting more safety involved with the streets and the infrastructure, the school going in, that is in my ward, and I want to be involved in a lot of that planning. The sewer system, the water system, that's all going to take some looking at and improvements, and just to kind of make sure it's being done correctly and for the future. We want to plan for more after this is built. I think Grinnell's weakness is lack of growth. We've had 9,647 people for 20 years. It's not gone up. It's not gone down. We want to make it grow. And the best way I think you can make a community grow is to have quality education and quality buildings for those educations.
So a couple issues that you're concerned about there. One of the things that someone talked to me about here a while back was the old GTE building in that whole area that has become a bit of an eyesore. What is your take on all that?
I think it's already being addressed. Remind me where the GTE. I've only been here since 2019.
Okay.
So.
It is the area, I want to say it is west of town. In there, they've destroyed that whole area down there. And I guess they kind of want to build some townhomes or something out in that area. But I've been told that it's a bit of an eyesore, and they're working on it, I guess. I don't know exactly what is going on with that. But maybe you're familiar with that area, and do you like to see it developed and made into something productive?
Oh, the ones on 11th?
Yes.
Yes. I do know they had some residents worried about the grass. Mm-hmm. So I don't know who is developing that, but I do know they started tearing all that out. They tore up the concrete and the sidewalks, and they're putting in the driveways for whatever's going in there. Mm-hmm. I think it's a good thing that they're developing it, because what was there before was just an abandoned building, mm-hmm. and it was an eyesore as well. At least now it is being moved forward to make housing, I believe, and hopefully more affordable housing. I mean, some of that is also an issue with why Grinnell's not growing, is we have a good housing market, but for some reason the houses in Grinnell specifically are a lot more expensive than even Newton or even other bigger cities. And that needs to be looked at as to why. And having more affordable housing will draw employers to want to build here and do more stuff so that their employees have education and have housing that they can afford.
What is the key to getting more affordable housing? It's kind of tough to get sometimes, John.
That is a very good question. I'm not a realtor. I'm not in that landscape. And it's a hope right now of getting into the city council and learning more. I don't know all the answers, but what I am very good at is listening. Mm-hmm. And listening to multiple sides of every story, and then hopefully making a good decision for everyone involved, and finding that happy medium. Mm-hmm. With the housing, it's a matter of, one, making it quality housing, and two, addressing some of the issues that the college has honestly stepped forward and created issues for in town, with them requiring students to now be on campus for almost 3 years. That means 1 year, maybe they're even pulling that back. That took a lot of housing and rentals away from property here in town. So it's as much a handshake with the college. It has to be going both ways and looking at how we can work together to, again, make the housing more affordable and to make it profitable for the people that own those houses.
So I did a podcast with Sam Cox, and by the way, I want to make it clear, no relation, from what I understand, who's running for mayor. And one of her concerns, of course, having a business downtown, is economic development. What is your take on the key to economic development in the business area of Grinnell?
I would say normally everyone says, oh, parks and recs. If you have a beautiful landscape, it's going to draw businesses. We already have such a beautiful small town feel for Grinnell. The park is beautiful park. Our parks and rec are top notch. It already draws people in for the stuff that they can do. What we're missing, in my opinion, is something for teenagers and 20 somethings to do in town. People grow up here, but they move out and they don't come back. A lot of it is families looking for, oh, I have family, so we're in schools, but then when the kids graduate, they're moving out and they're not coming back here to live. What can we do to keep the 20 somethings and the high schoolers involved and safe, where it's entertainment? Like they're now going somewhere else because they find there's really nothing for them to do in Grinnell besides go to a bar. There can be more entertainment in that category. The parks, the recs, that is for parents, that is for people with children, that is for retirees. They love that stuff. We love that stuff. I love how safe Grinnell is and can feel. But when our kids get into that age bracket, they're looking elsewhere for entertainment and to do something else. So I'd like to bring that into town, and that will bring even more revenue to downtown and more revenue to all our businesses.
Well, and of course, I talked to Russ and Sam about running for mayor, and unless there's a tie, they don't really get a vote on things. But you, as a city council person, do get to vote, and the tedious part of working with the city budget. So you did address some of the issues that you're concerned about. So maybe you could get into more a little detail as far as budgetary items are concerned, what you would be cheerleading for.
Definitely for that lost tax that is coming up. Cheerleading definitely for that. It's not a, hey, we're going to charge you more. It's you're already being charged that we're asking you to continue it. That will help with budgeting and revenue for the town. The fact that Hometown Heroes just won Iowa's best tenderloin. That you couldn't put a bigger star on this town than having that happen. That is the whole state now looking at Grinnell and being like, hey, we're going to go there. We want to try this tenderloin. They ran out. They were like, oh my gosh, we did not know this influx was going to happen. And when they announced that, I was almost teary-eyed. I was so proud, so happy for them to have done it. The Durs have done a great job with that, and the Reddings, they just really put their heart and soul into that. That kind of commitment to a business, and now it hit statewide, that is going to draw so much attention to the town. That's going to bring revenue, and that's going to bring stuff to the hotels. It's going to bring stuff to everybody else downtown. And I couldn't encourage that more. It's a great thing.
What is your take on the relationship between Grinnell College and the city of Grinnell? I did a podcast about a year ago with Ann, the president of Grinnell College, and she seems like Grinnell College is really invested in that kind of great relationship.
I believe a lot of it is perception. The town and gown. There used to be, I believe, a committee that was town and gown, and I don't know what happened to that committee, but there has to be a way of communicating what the college does for the town and a way for the town to communicate what it does for the college. They have to go hand in hand. One can't survive without the other. The college does give to the town in more ways than just taxes. I know that it's always brought up about they don't pay taxes. It's not necessarily true. When they went and talked to Grassley about the increase in taxes that was coming up, the President Harris showed that they really went to him and said, here's what we're doing, here's what we can't do or can do. And he loved it. And the fact that they could go to that representative and he could then turn around and vote the way he did, to where now don't quote me on this, because this would be definitely for President Harris on the financial side, but they are almost tax free in a sense. And what they were paying in those taxes, they want to then push and put into the actual town of Grinnell, versus it going statewide to a state mandate and everybody getting pieces of that. Now that is going just to Grinnell. And that's going to increase so much for the town. When they had the Red Hot Chili Pipers come in, I thought that's where we need to have more college stuff. And I think President Harris agrees. Like, that was such a huge community building experience that it was like, hey, we want to celebrate with everybody here, not just on campus. We want to celebrate with everybody. And I think one great way to kind of bring this town and the college together is through pride. Pride of that school, being proud that that college is here. And I can't think of any other way of being proud about something other than sports.
Yeah.
The sports at the college, like, if we could just have like an entire town show up for that football game, I mean, that would be way more than they're used to. Or the basketball games or the swimming. I mean, there's such a great college worth of entertainment and sport there. And vice versa, having the students at the college come to the high school, they were in the homecoming parade. I mean, really celebrating that togetherness as a town and as a college. I feel it's improving drastically, but there's always more room for growth.
Well, they got a heck of a basketball team, and you talk about 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Man, they know how that goes, don't they? They really do.
Yes, they do. Sometimes I think that's a little controversial on some other aspects, but yeah, when they're shooting lights out, hey, I know a certain female athlete that could shoot lights out, and she brought an entire state with her to Indiana. Me being from Indiana, I thought that was beautiful to see like my family now wearing Caitlin Clark jerseys. I'm like, oh, see, this is what they need. This is what they want. So yeah, if you can get a Caitlin Clark or equivalent here in Grinnell and just shoot lights out, that's gonna draw a crowd. So.
And hopefully she'll be back 100% next year,
Yes.
totally healthy. That
Yes.
would be fantastic. Well, I think we're going to wrap things up, but before we do, I'm going to let you give your pitch, and you tell us why the voters of Grinnell, Iowa, should vote for John Cox.
Oh, thank you, Jamie. It really is everything that I've expressed so far, and looking to be on this board to help put my 2 cents in. Also, being someone who is not born and raised here, I do believe that is actually helping me. I'm not through the college. I'm not through the town. I am someone that came here with my wife and kids, and we're invested in seeing how the schools play out. They're in middle school now, so they won't see the building, but that's something we want to encourage for future generations. Also, it's a fresh look at what can we do different than maybe what we've already been doing. And someone who hasn't lived here, and I've lived in bigger metropolitan places, and I've lived in smaller towns than this. My hometown had 320 people. So I see both sides of that, and a new perspective, a new set of eyes could go a long way.
Okay. John Cox, candidate for City Council on Out and About with Jamie Grout. Until next time, Grout is out. See ya.